guys, just getting set up here. It is very bright. I am trying my best. We are in a new location, obviously. Oops, there goes that. And I'm trying to make it work. It is a little bit, yeah, the position with the lighting, the sun coming in the directional it is. It's, you know, it is what it is. But we are here to do a reading in regards to Bryan kohberger, in regards to the slain murders of Kaylee Gonzalez, Xana Knodel, Ethan Chapin, and Maddie Mogan. We do this out of love and respect to the victims. We give our love, our time, as well as our absolute thanks to them. This is dedicated to them. By no means are we here to hurt, name, or shame. I've got little baby kittens in here at the moment. I've got 3 at the moment. This is Ash and 3 little girls. Absolutely most gorgeous little babies in the world. So if you hear a little crying in the background, it's not edited music. It is my little babies. They're doing their walkies. They're only 3 weeks old, so I've got them in here on the carpet doing a little bit of walkies while I do the reading. And plus, I just thought it would lighten the mood a little bit. We are talking about a very serious subject here, about the M word, M-U-R-D-E-R, through slayings. I've got to be a bit careful with my terminology. I don't normally do crime readings for this. Oh, don't go over there, baby. For this reason, because, you know, you can get yourself in a lot of YouTube trouble. Yes, so I just got to block up that hole there because little Ash wants to go under the trunk, which I'm sitting on. So, oh, good. Daddy's come along now to look after him for me, so that's great. Good on you, Jigs. So, yes, we dedicate this reading to the 4 that lost their lives on the 13th of November, 2022. And I've already given you a disclaimer. I've already given you the lowdown. I'm going to clip that to the beginning of this, and we will begin. I'm just going to have a quick cigarette, zhuzhy some smoke around the room, because I just find that's very euphoric for me and it gets me in my zone. And we are going to do a reading on all of this and see what comes out. Remember, you know, this is for entertainment purposes only. I don't know what's going to come out. I have not done a reading in regards to this because so many other people have done it. It's been overdone, I feel. And it can only give so much. I want factual rather than interpreted. But today I'm going to give you that interpreted version. Here we go. Actually, right before I start, I want to just say I'm going to use I'm going to use some decks that I've always used before, but I'm bringing back the titanium fortune cards. We're bringing back some oracle as well. Some of my personal favorites. I haven't used them in a while, but I find them very, very useful. So we're gonna hit that. And I feel that will resonate well, but we'll see how we go. We can always try something else if I feel it's not working at the time or we're not getting what we need here. You know, I'm not going to push this too hard or be too, you know, forceful with it. I feel if it's meant to be, it will come through. I'm not going to try and bang away at it until I, you know, make it fit. We don't do that. But please just be respectful, guys, and remember that in 24 hours this plea deal has been taken. It will go to the courts and it will be decided. So mote it be. You know what I mean? There is an outcome here to within the next 24 hours. So I don't see the judge Hitler will reject it, to be honest. How could you go to trial after someone's taken the plea deal? You know, it's I would say he's already signed off on it, but we can ask and we will find out, I guess. I think what we'll do is we may start with opinions of the murdered victims from their perspective first. Then we'll get into the Bryan kohberger section of it. We might look at the law enforcement side of it. And then we're going to get some actual divine information of what they have to say about it, and ancestral, past, spiritual acknowledgements there, and thoughts and tidbits. Then I'll give you a little bit of a rundown of what the heck I actually think and the way I've seen it, been swayed from it, and how this all came to be, how some Australian all the way over there on the other side of the world, mate, decided to get a Vegemite sandwich and check out this crime. Because it has absolutely absorbed. It has, the rabbit hole this has taken me down has been non-stop. I've had visions. God, I don't want to get too into the colossal amount of crap I've been through actually while looking through this case. But to the friends and family of the victims, though, we are united in sending you love, light, and healing. I think everyone needs to heal. And I think that's going to take time. So I hope at the court tomorrow everyone is respectful to all those involved, because this is traumatic, no matter what. It's been a traumatic ordeal, and this has gone on for nearly 3 years since the fact. So the house is long gone, lots changed, but some things haven't. And this has been a long awaited outcome, I feel, and it is an outcome, regardless of whether you feel it is an injustice or not. Whoa, okay then. Oh good, with the light on it's actually a little bit better. It sort of mellows out that light because it's looking very, I don't know, strange and melancholy to me. Okay, so let's begin as it gets a bit long in the introduction now. It's getting a bit long-winded, I feel. And I'm not really sure how I'm going to start this or where this is going to really go or flow. We're just going to take it with the grain of salt by which it is. So we're going to go with that. So we're going to look at the perspective of the victims first. And I'm going to probably do them first all together and see if we can tailor make it a little bit. I've had a lot of messages from Maddie. She's a lovely, wonderful light character. Sorry about that. I may be interrupted multiple times by kitties. But I find Maddie to be extremely light-hearted, extremely easygoing. I'm just going to be honest. She's very easy on the eye too. She's a beautiful, beautiful girl, lady, woman. Yeah. So the 4 victims on the 13th of the 11th of 2022, I asked thee to come through and give me messages of truth, honesty, and wisdom in the clarification of what happened to you, and any other messages that Maddie, Kaylee, Ethan, and Xana would like to bring through to me and to those watching today. I send you light, I send you love, and we pray for you now, and we'll continue to live on in our memories and in our hearts all around the world, girls and guys. So what do we have that you'd like to say? Xana, Ethan, Kaylee, and Maddie. This is your time to speak. Use me as your voice. I'm sending you love. I'm sending you protection. Safe space. You are welcome to come through. I have the cards, and I have my intuition on full view for you to use. So let's look at the energies of what they want to say from the 4 individuals who we just discussed. I feel 4 is the theme for today. Alright, there is an imbalance here. They feel very much an imbalance. Alright, I just put the little babies back in their coop. I'm out of milk at the moment, so, you know, we're doing it black. We're doing it strong. We're doing it black. Alright. As I was just saying, I feel there is a real imbalance here. The underlying energy of it is the Temperance reverse. Sagittarius is major, but we're not going into signs and things here. So don't feel it's really going to make much of anything out of it. You know, the underlying current of the feeling, of the vibe, is a real imbalance, unfairness, not being in a place of, and I don't mean them while they're over there, this is the perception of the incident and the subsequent developments, that there is an imbalance, that everything isn't as cut and dry as what it seems or is perceived or is known. I feel like this is a lot of the reasons why people wanted the trial. They wanted all the information, those docs that were sealed, to be released. I would love that. I feel there's much more to be known, and we will never know it with the plea deal, but this is their side, so we're going to keep it where it is. I'm trying hard. But with this Temperance in reverse, you know, there's an ungroundedness here, an uprooted value of impartialness, of imbalance. I feel like there was even maybe a little bit of bias here, even though the Temperance doesn't necessarily always say that. We have the 10 of Wands reversed, 3 of Wands, 8 of Swords with the Knight of Cups reversed. So let's read it. So that 10 of Wands reversed, you know. So many burdens here. that have not been released and cannot be. There is a sense of a residue of the incident still being felt, not only through their energy, but through the world. They are acknowledging this through, we can't release this. This is something that has left a residual. Even now, there is a sense of looking at it, looking at everything that's going on. They are very much active in the world's community, watching. They are waiting, and they are very much assessing this outcome. They are with you all now, watching with you this court case. They are within your presence. Their family, they are with them. They are literally standing with them during this time, and they're seeing this, and I think they feel that this is not how they thought it would go. The Eight of Swords, mate. Like, this is confusion. This is denial. This is entrapment. This is imprisonment. This is a direct... They're saying this to BK. They are saying this through their spiritual energy. You know, this is how you're going to go. You are going to be stuck by 8 swords. You will be locked in. You are going to feel it. And the Knight of Cups reverse, you know. This person wore a mask. This is the energy of how they see BK. They see him as someone that came across as maybe a little bit over the top, creepy, blah, 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 blah. But this is a mask. His truth beneath it is so much daringer, so much darker, so much more in depth, so much more emotionally torched, and very, very bad. They don't like this person, or the person who did this, because I'm trying to keep it, you know, as I said, this is impartial, but like BK is obviously you know, going to stand up there and say that he did this and give evidence to that fact. But I feel like from the Four's perspective, there is so much more here. So much more. So much more. They've got a lot to say. I want to say that. I'm going to grab a few different decks. I want to give them the opportunity to use full decks every time they want to speak. I don't want to keep limiting their voice. Their voice has been limited enough, I feel, because they don't have one now. So, in life we loved, and we still love now. At least we're together, no matter what, somehow. That's really sweet, maybe. And she's got her best friend with her, and I think that even though that comes with some sadness, obviously, for the members of the families, because they lost 2 children, it feels that at that time, they are together and they are united. They're holding hands at the moment, and they're smiling, and they're very much 2 peas in the pod, a yin to the yang. They are forever entwined, and I think that's kind of a beautiful thing. It's a sad development how it happened, but the fact they are together, and they will always be in life, in the spirit, and maybe in the next life with, you know, whatever you believe, you know, they are forever entwined. And I feel Xana and Ethan, they love each other beyond this world's love, beyond what we know as love to be. They are spiritually connected. I don't like the terms soul things and all that. I don't like to put labels on things, but they are very much connected and forever will be, in this life, the next, and whatever you believe. My lovely individuals, thank you for joining us. Yous and them. What else would you like to say from your perspectives? I'll give you 4 cards and let's do it again, okay? Oh, okay. You got lots. Okay. Ooh. Yeah, they're speaking to what I was just saying, actually. The card at the bottom is the Hangman. You know, this is a place of retrospection from, you know, outside looking in kind of thing. This is very much, they're in a state of non-movement, of silhouette of stationary solemnness. That's a different way to put it, I suppose, but that's coming through. Yeah, we are stationary. We are in a transitional point of perception. We are taking it all in. We are learning. We're in upside down phase of seeing it from another perspective now, because we're on the other side. We're seeing it through a different lens. We are looking through different eyes. 5 of Cups reversed. There is grief. And the grief, even though it has been prolonged, they're starting to understand. They aren't angry as much about it. They are comfortable in their place at the moment. I feel like they've got a lot of transitioning still to go. They're still very much a young spirit, I want to say, as in gone up the levels of you know, there's levels on the other side. We go through processes like we do in life. We grow, we learn, we accept, we go through levels. They're at a level of acceptance, but not moved on through the multiple levels yet. They're still very much in the first level of crossing over. They are together. They're wanting their families to heal. They want their families to understand that even though this grief has been prolonged, it is time to start that healing process. It's time to put that grief to its spot. Magician reverse next. You know, there has been cunningness here. Not by them, but by other individuals around the case. There's been a lot of cunningness. There's been a lot of abracadabra, look at me, poof, they're gone. There's been a lot of smoke and mirrors. There's been a lot of misconception. There's been a lot of magical tricks used in a not nice way. I think they are feeling a little bit hard, not just hard done by, but like there's been certain individuals that have marked them or been untruthful or have used trickery. And I know who they're referring to, and I want to be very careful, but you know, the surviving individuals, I feel like there is something going on there. They want to say that, look, we're 2 of Cups here. We are united on the other side. We are in a unionship and we will forever be. And we are fine with that. If there was any others that we are thankful in a way that we are together, that though this terrible tragedy happened, it didn't just happen to one. It happened to us 4. And us 4 are forever in unionship. We are forever in an agreement. We are forever aligned, connected, and it's okay with them. The 7 of Pentacles. I find it very interesting that these are handcuffs with growth growing through them. From this point, they are grounded in the fact that growth will come from the point of view of the earth. The earth pentacle energy, the 7 of Pentacles, normally looking at your monetary. I feel like everyone can look at moving forward monetary wise, but also with some sort of growth here. Growth will come from the seed that was planted. I feel like these individuals may have, you know, their careers or their bank savings or their financials, you know, their families have taken it over, and I feel like the families have really funded that or used that for a really good purpose, which is showing some growth now as well. And I feel like they're really, really proud. They're really, really proud of their families, how they've gone about, you know, allowing it to grow, to a cure, and to manifest into so much more than what they even thought could be possible. I feel like this is a real nod to them, and they're sort of saying, good on you, you know, you did good. You did us well in life, and you do us even more prouder now that we're not with you. But they are very much with you, and I want to make a poignant point of that, especially tomorrow when this goes to court. All 4 of them will be there in spirit, holding hands, united, as this outcome is read and determined, and it goes down on record. I'm being told to, pull some more from here, so I'm going to do that. Oh, yeah, see what I mean? 3 of Pentacles, yeah, there is a unionship here. They are working together. They are helping each other. They are bonded. And what one lacks in the clarity or the knowledge or the understanding, they are merging their essence together to really bring tic-tac-toe for the win, you know, for the alignment. It's beautiful. The star, I love that. The Ace of Cups reversed and the Empress. You know, there is so much. Queen of Swords reversed, you know, let's not be hateful. Let's not be spiteful. There's none of that here. The star, you know, we are soaring. We are part of the universe. We are spirited now as we were then. We are part of the bigger design, and we are together. You know, we may not have been able to bring in the things that we wanted at the time when this happened into life now, but we know that what we couldn't continue, what we couldn't start, or what we couldn't embody will still continue to rise in the world through other individuals, through family efforts, or through their names still, even after now they're gone. The Empress, the feminine energy of the mother, of the world, of the goddess, Mother Nature, the Queen, the embodiment of all of those queens. There's love here. There's so much Venus energy, you know, like it is a gas-ridden planet, but it is the source of so much essence. There's going to be a birth here. There is a birth coming here. And I feel like Kaylee is actually saying to her sister, giving her the nod, like, I'm so proud of you, sis, that you put my name into your child. Like, there is a nod there. She's giving you the nod back to say, I like that. That's kind of sick, mate. You know, that's sick. You know, to the mothers of all the individuals who we are talking about, they want you to know that you must flourish from this. You must grow. You must not stunt yourself. You must not cut yourself off from the world, even though there is a lot of pain. And I know it's going to take its time. But they want you to embody life, love, treasure all of the value of it, because it can be taken. There is so much love, so much light, and so much to bring from this. Anything else, guys, that you'd like to say? Let's bring up the other deck. Anything else you'd like to say, my beautiful form? And thank you so much for, you know, coming in and giving me your perceptional opinions, and you know, I appreciate it, eh? I know you're probably very busy over there doing what you're doing. Again, we do have, again, the Five of Cups reversed coming through. Grief. There is grief, but there is healing to be had from this. They really want to pawn that point across. Four of Wands, you know, this is them. The 11-11 card. You know, together we are united, and we are okay with that. We probably wouldn't be in such a good place then or now if we weren't the four of us. We will always be the four there. It's never one, it's never two, it is the four of us. We are one. We are united. We are firm. We are forever. And forever will be. We've got another one, Knight of Swords reversed. Now this is them speaking of, you know, we can't move forward in life now. But what we couldn't do then, we are doing so much more through where we are now. We are working as spirit guides for others. We are united. We are bringing through message. Where things aren't moving, they are going to give a voice to that is voiceless. What is stagnant or unable to move, they're going to give force to. This is them saying, you know, we've got a lot to do here. The unseen is a magical place. The world reversed. It is going to stand still. It has stayed still in a way since this happened, because there hasn't been the result of the ending. The court case hasn't happened yet. The plea deal hasn't been set in court. So this is why the world is reversed. If I was to do another reading after the fact tomorrow, this would be upright. I'll tell you that right now. Because right now it was going to stay still. The cycle is still continuing. They have work to do. There is residual things to know, and it will come out very soon. Nine of Pentacles reverse. The last thing that they're trying to ring on here is we didn't reach the heights of our success, of our careers, of our life that we wanted. It was cut short. And so much more potential we had to give. And there's a little sadness with this card because I feel like they understand that they were at the prime, that they were on the cusp of it, they were finishing up their studies, some of them, and they were really ready to take on that next step. Like Kaylee had a new car, Maddie, sales, marketing, and things of that nature. Ethan, I feel, is trying to really bring on courage to his siblings through, because I know he's one of a triplet. I have twins, so I completely understand that. There is a sense of bonded unionship here and sort of saying, look, we didn't get to do it. I feel like some of the siblings I know Maddie was a singleton, only child. I am one too, so I completely understand that. And I cannot imagine what her mother is going through. I don't even want to touch that because that's too painful for me to actually, touch that. So I apologize. There's some things I don't even want to ask because that hurts me and I want to get through this reading without crying. So just that thought makes me really upset. There is an acknowledgement though that we had so much more growth. We had so much potential and we have so much in life. But what we can't do we can help from the other side, others to reach their potentials and to have success where we were stunted. Last words, guys, and thank you so much. Kaylee, Maddie, Xana, and Ethan, to you, what would you like to say, my darlings? The last final thoughts. For now. Yeah, don't get caught up in the little things. Five of Wands reverse, the battles. The battles, we lost our wands. But what we lost, we have gained so much more where we are. The clarity, the unionship, the love, the light. Two of Swords reverse, they were blindsided. They want to say how blindsided they were, how hard those moments were right before it. This is a nod to the weapon as well, how they have some issues around that, the knife, the K-bar, or whatever bloody hell was, evil piece of shit thing that was used against them. They were blindsided. They had no foresight. What foresight they had was taken, was stripped. Six of Cups reverse, they are holding on to the nostalgia of life still. That's why they're only just on the cusp of that spiritual growth. They are still very much tangled and tied to their family, and they will continue to be for quite some time, I feel. Again, that Eight of Swords upright coming through, like the initial imprisonment, confusion, locked in, sufferance. Not for them, for the person that did this. Six of Pentacles reversed. Everything is not as it seems. What looks impartial, what looks fair and equally distributed is not. I feel like this is a nod to maybe some of the law enforcement or legal side of it, actually. I feel like someone didn't support something, someone dropped the flower. Was past and present was dropped. And I feel like that might be justice, because the plea deal isn't really seeing it through to the very end through the processes of judicial course. But I think they're okay with it. Actually, I'll give them one more for that. Yeah, Ten of Swords reverse, Talk about being stabbed in the back. They were uprooted. Look at them flowers. Potential what could have been. You know, they've removed them swords. Hurt like hell then, but they're not hurting anymore. I feel like, what do you want to say to your family, guys? Yeah, Page of Swords. Intellectual, youth, in a knowledge that is youthful but true, something that is honest. These two came out. Two of Wands, Death card in reverse, and the Seven of Wands reverse. Yeah, this is what they really want to say to them. The Two of Wands, you know. There's so many possibilities here. So much more of the chess game to be played, even if we don't have the pieces. Death in reverse, you know, what's been has been. But we've learnt. And what we couldn't do then, there's other things we can do now. Seven of Wands reverse, we can't make gains in life anymore. We can't break free of where we are because we're on the other side. Hello, Leo. But what we can do is plant seeds of hope, help, love to those still here. Our family. Because they gave us so much love and life in life. We respect, we acknowledge, we feel for them, we love them, and we are very much still connected to them. And I know, without a shadow of a doubt within myself, more than I know anything else in this world right now, that they are going to be with them, their family, tomorrow, in spirit, in that courtroom as this plays out. As hard as it is for the families, for the friends, for the individuals that this has affected, all around the world, we will all be there, united in the fact that this is an outcome, regardless of how you feel, whether it was an injustice or not. Because no matter what, this was a freaking injustice for these four to lose their lives. I don't think I'm ever going to forget this case for as long as I live, even after. It has stained the world. Though the house is gone, and though this case will be wrapped up, and one day Bryan Kohberger will die, maybe sooner than later, they will never be forgotten. Their names will go down in history, and they will be remembered for the beautiful souls they are, and for all the beautiful things they brought in life. And as generations go on, we will all remember them. To Ethan, to Xana, to Maddie, and to Katie, I wish you all well in spirit. And may you grow, may you learn, may you spiritually guide those who need it. Amen. I'm going to take a moment now and we'll move on to the next phase. Alright, let's check out Bryan Kohberger's energy now. Wow. Four of Swords. Straight out the back. Moon and Sun. Polarizing sides of the one light, one dark, one sun, one moon. Bryan Kohberger's energy, please. Bryan Kohberger. Yeah, I've been on the fence on all sides on this one because I believed he was guilty to begin with, then I went to innocence, and now I'm just in shock phase. Shock phase. I've never heard that before. Don't even get me started on DM because that's a whole nother kettle of fish. That's a raw issue for me. I don't even want to say her name, to be honest. Ace of Pentacles reversed, you know, underlying that energy, you know, there is no growth here. What potential was has been taken. The butterfly flying no more. The possibility of the opportunity of the development of the growth of monetary, of career, of housing, of life is no more. Three of Pentacles, you know, all Bryan really wanted was to find something he could be, do, have, that wasn't mocked, that wasn't taken, that was respected, admired, admired, and actually fit him. He never found that, even now. There was no lining up of the circles, there was no win here for him, and there never will be. This life has been doomed from what feels like get-go. I feel for him. Ace of Cups reversed, you know, no love. He wanted to find someone from the time he was born, besides his mother or sisters, a woman that could be his, someone to love, something to really plant a seed in and let it grow. But the cup kept running dry, it kept flipping up and always flopping out. There was a resentment there, without a doubt. Within himself, he still feels the star, that there is always hope. Hope that even behind bars, he can make something, do something, or grow, or find some sort of, I don't want to say fulfillment, but find something to occupy, to fulfill. I have to use it, and to make something better of, perhaps for himself, or maybe others. But this King of Cups reversed, look, dude, he is very inside of himself. His emotions are a little fucked up. He is a bit arrogant, mate. He's an arrogant person at times. Whether that's how he saw himself before or still sees himself, the energy is the energy. I'm going to read it as it is, not read too much into it, because I just don't feel it's going to benefit much of anything. But there is an arrogance here. There's a sense of entitlement here. There is a real, you know, me oh my. Things I could do, you know. If only I could, I would. Nine of Wands, you know, yeah, we got burdens here. We got burdens. So many burdens. So exhausted, so sick of the running, so sick of the trying. We're laying down swords, man. Well, wands. We are constantly on the front foot, waiting for the next battle, and I feel like even after this plea deal, he is very much still going to be feeling that way behind bars. But there is an Ace of Swords here. At least he's still got his intellect. That's the one thing he wanted to keep, his mind. Take my soul, shackle my body, but my mind shall always be mine and run free. There's potential here for his intellectual abilities, and he's going to read a lot, write a lot, do a lot behind bars. I'm telling you that right now. King of Wands, he wants to stand in that, you know, look at me, I'm quite smart, kind of possessive of self energy, you know, quite smart, quite passionate about this intellectualness that he is retaining, that he can still run with that there is potential there for him. You know, Four of Pentacles reversed. There won't be much monetary to be made from this. There won't be much growth for him, though, with them endeavors. Seven of Swords. Trapped. There is a price to pay for every decision you make, and no matter how much you try, eventually it catches up with you. The Thief card. I feel like something was stolen from Bryan too. No one gets off here innocent. No one gets out of this easy. There is a lot to learn from this, that innocent people plea, guilty people do. But no matter what, at the end of the day, there will be life imprisonment for that individual. Seven of Pentacles reversed. There's no growth here financially. Then they won't be with him behind jail. Anything that he makes, anything he mutters, anything that is put into word, to form, to print, he will not ever make a cent out of. There will be no monetary benefit from him, and I think that the family can at least take that from it. I've got to go for a sec, guys.